Hello everybody, this is Kyrick with more Let's Play Harvest Moon Back to Nature, and this time around we are starting Summer 5 of Year 2, and it's gonna be a thing. Oh god, please don't remind me, I don't want to see more cows. I have so many cows now. If you didn't see last week, I filled the barn. I have all of the cows, and 2 of the sheep. But mostly all of the cows, and that's going to be important later. And by later, I mean pretty much as soon as I get outside. Good boy. I actually ended 2 days off yesterday, or not yesterday, but last video, early, because there wasn't much to do, and I'd already done so much. Videos are probably going to get a bit longer now, as I'm forced to take care of cows in mass. Really the only way to describe them. There are so many cows. Anyway. Nothing particularly special going on this week. Or not this week. Well, there is 3 special things going on this week. I meant there's nothing particularly special going on today. However, tomorrow is Cliff's birthday, followed immediately by the Chicken Festival. Big deal, that. Then 3 days of relative peace, and 4 units of botched water. And then, at the very last bit is Basil's birthday, or Basil, whatever it is. He will be receiving a present or 2 of grass, because that's what he likes. Because he's a weird guy. Botanists are just kind of weird to me. I mean, I understand plants have a fascination all their own, and some of them, like the carnivorous plants, to me are utterly fascinating. But I fall more into the zoological interest than the botanical. I mean, I can recognize that it does hold a feel for someone, but I really can't understand it beyond the academic. Just, oh, someone finds that fascinating. That's fascinating. I wish I could be fascinated by it, but I can't. Because plants. Says the guy who's obsessed with pineapples as of this Let's Play. If I had the kind of prolific fan art community that that characterizes some of the bigger Let's Players, I could just see just so many things of larvatars just buried in pineapples. Just, oh, all of the pineapples. Be fun. Maybe I'll get there someday. And then some enterprising fan of mine who has a DeviantArt account will scroll through these videos and say, hey, Kyrick's and pineapples. It's a match made in heaven. It's kind of ironic because I really don't like pineapples. It's just they're so good in this game. You know? I actually can't stand the flavor. Speaking of fruit-flavored things, am I the only one who's mad that Skittles have changed the green from lime to green apple? Because I'm a little ticked about that. I used to like lime Skittles. Green Skittles were among my favorites. Because lime. And now, I've got these crappy green apple Skittles impostering in my bag. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. Anyway, massive harvests will take place eventually. Nothing too big a deal to make about today, though. Today is going to be relatively mediocre. Tomorrow might have some pineapples, but other than that, it's probably not going to be anything to write home about either. Yeah, you're tired. I freaking get it. It's okay. That was wrong. Now, there is actually a thing that I should make a big deal about. And I'm gonna. In a minute. You may recall me talking about befriending Greg. That's gonna be important later. And by later, I mean probably today. I want to head into the mine, basically, and rip out a buttload of ores and just give them all to him so that he and I can be friends faster. Because I want to trigger his event while I still have a yard for him to weed. I don't remember if he does it more than once, but he does do it at least once. There we go. On the weird stuff happening at home front, the kitten just went berserk a couple minutes ago. I had Kisa sitting outside the bathroom door. She had seen him and hissed earlier. And he, for his part, has started basically completely ignoring the kitten as far as aggression goes. He doesn't hiss at her. He barely pays her any mind at all now. Like I tell everyone, I think he's just amused by the fact that she is so intimidated by him. And from her standpoint, it's really easy to see why she would be. He is a massive cat compared to her. She's a little cat. Little 6-month-old kitten, you know. Barely has her teeth in, her claws are still very small. Very sharp, though, but very small. Almost certainly hasn't hit her first heat yet. She's still a baby. And yet, he outweighs her by just over 5 times. We weighed her the other day. She came in at about 3 pounds, and Keith is still topping 16. And he's got the size to match. He's 3 times her size, over 5 times her weight. I mean, if you saw someone like that, it's like an average person meeting Andre the Giant. Yes, he's a very docile and friendly guy, but if he wanted to, he could hurt you badly, and there's really nothing you can do about it. I mean, yeah, you could punch him, you could probably pull a knife on him, but to face facts, you're not going to do more than annoy him, really. And that's the case with her. Unless she gets a really lucky shot, she's not going to do more than annoy him. And anything she does that does hurt him will royally piss him off and make him hurt her more. And she knows this. She realizes this. What she doesn't realize is he's completely over it and doesn't concern himself with her. If anything, he's curious about her. He basically stares at her every chance he gets. And when she's not around, he just sniffs where she's been. If it weren't for the fact that he's neutered, I would swear he had a crush on her. But no, he just wants to learn about the new creature that's living in his house. Since they have never had unsupervised visits, really. At this point, all the bad behavior's squarely on her, which is kind of funny, really. Or at least it would be if I weren't so concerned about them getting along. Like I said, they don't have to be friends, but they have to coexist, you know? I mean, it's not a small thing. This is where they're both going to be living. And I am a little concerned about her violent mood swings. I mean, she has them, where one minute she's fine, the next minute she just goes apeshit. It's only happened a couple times, but the fact that it's happened at all is concerning. No, that's not the sign of a mentally well-balanced kitten. Sadly, there's going to be no power barrier to rescue me this time down here. I don't think it'll be a thing, though. Only 2 more, really. Hey, can I get a piece of silver just so I can complete the set? Probably not. Nope, no silver. Oh well. I'll have to settle for the best and the worst, and one that's really good. Well, 2 that are really good. But mostly the worst. Well, not the worst, but you know what? Fuck it. He's gonna settle for a lot of copper, 2 gold, and 2 mistral, and no silver, because you're not second place to me, Gray! Seriously, this should be a thing, really. We're gonna be friends. I'm gonna give you valuable ore so you can shut up, Grandpa. Is he here? He is here. Hi, buddy. Okay, that one's gone to waste. It is important to have friends. Ironically, he's really one of the only guys to really have scenes with you. You know? So, as a result, he's really the only one I'm going to put any effort into befriending. Well, Kai, because I kind of like Kai. Kai's cool. But other than that, Kai's his own rule, you know? Kai kind of defies the rules. By virtue of being Kai. Was gonna do some more Jurassic World, but the roommate's asleep, so here I am farming again. Yay, farm. Should be up in a couple hours, though. Oh, no! All of the animals! Also, why do I always run into Betis every time? He's the first sheep I find. I have two. You'd think it'd be a 50-50 thing. Nope. It's 100% Betis. All the diabetes. Cut the sugar out of your diet, or else you'll lose your feet. Check you feet. Oh god, that's a thing. If you want to watch any diabetes thing, watch the one he did with Captain Novolin. Because that is... the fact that that game even exists is absolutely amazing. It's horrible for all the right reasons. I mean, it's one of those quickly mass-produced games that no one who made it gave a shit about, and it really does show. Like, for one thing, the dialogue is insane. Like, which the other guys never fail to point out. Like, excuse me, I have diabetes. Is there anything I should know about climbing this mountain? And people are like, wow, that's how you introduce yourself to people? Well, speaking of slow beef, here he is. So, naturally, that's kind of a hell of a thing. Josh Jepson and Super Jeans. I'm sure that at least one of these cows didn't get the attention they were supposed to get. Yup, right there. Poor little Adam. Ow, ow. Trying to scratch my arm without dislodging any freaking cables again. Oh, there's another one I missed. Goddamn cows. You exist to make me miserable. Quick, before he touches the other cow! Oh god, cows within cows. Something criminal about that. I actually spoke to Star the other day and told her that I did cows of her, Henri, and a bunch of other things. And her response is, oh my god, that's hilarious, thanks for naming a cow after me. Because I told her that I did her, Henri, and some other Let's Players that I know, some of which I know personally. And I said, but it does put me in the awkward position of having to milk Henri. You two got me through the winter. It's always strange when you have to milk your friends. I'm sorry, buddy. I gotta hook up the machine, or else they'll turn out the lights. Okay, those lyrics that just popped into my head are never gonna see the light of day. Because that was horrible. Oh my god, that's... I'm definitely not... I might share that one with some friends, but that's not going on the internet. Summertime music. Alright, there's that. Now, the good news is, with the troughs the way they are, I can at least make sure I don't fail to feed any of them. So there's that worry out of the way. Being said, there's not much else I can say about it. Let me just make sure there's no special goodies hiding in my fridge that need to be done. Because I had a whole bunch last time and I didn't do anything with them, and that kind of cost me in the long run. At least it cost me a little bit. Okay. No, looks like we're good. Also, icebox. That's a thing, apparently. Alright. 6340. Why only 63? Oh! I'm like, I remember that being a nice round number because I found some coins in the mine. I thought I'd spent money, but no, I'd actually gotten money. Alright, tomorrow's going to be a sunny day. And it's going to ask me, I think it's Rick comes to the farm. We're like, hey, you want to enter a chicken? And I'm like, yeah, I want to enter your sister. Wow, that came out a lot dirtier than I meant it to. I mean, I meant for that to be a mildly dirty joke, but that got kind of explicit. I mean, I was going to enter your sister into the contest, but... okay. I'm sorry for that one. I mean, not that I don't get kind of dirty with my jokes, but I usually intend for them to be that way. This one kind of slipped under the radar. Aww. Don't let the snow collect on the puppy's head. Now, that story actually reminds me of something that happened to me. I was helping my niece, the one who lives with me right now, move out of her trailer into another one in the middle of winter. Well, their power was off, and they had two cats, one of which had just fucked off. They found her, like, weeks later. She had the tendency to escape and get herself pregnant. It's a thing she did. And she had a kitten who was in there, and while everyone else was moving furniture, I basically took it upon myself to grab the kitten, hold him, and keep him in my jacket to keep him warm, because he was shivering. And he came to me every time we got to that house. He was like, oh, please hold me. Oh, they try to have to physically bring the chicken on. Oh, man, that means I have to play Find the Chicken. For the record, yes, if you pick up a chicken, it will tell you what its name is. Like, oh, I'm Papuri, I'm Karen, I'm Dia, you know? Well, it doesn't tell you, you just go in your inventory and press triangle like you do with just about everything else in this game. I think my onions might be in today. Nope, tomorrow maybe. Will suck if they're in tomorrow. Then I gotta pick them and put them in the fridge, and then I gotta put them away. Well, it's not like a chunk of them aren't going in the fridge anyway. For reasons. Ah, yes, today, Cliff's birthday. Cliff likes curry, which I will be making for him. Which means, yes, we will be adding another recipe to the list. Yeah, I keep checking because now I'm like, ooh, is another fish gonna be born? Because the fish are gonna start breeding like crazy pretty soon. Anyway, curry is a massive recipe. It takes up like half a page just by itself. So curry is kind of a thing in Japan. And India. In Asia, period, I think. I think it's just an Asian thing. I know every anime I have does it. And lots of anything involving Indian characters does it as well. So that's... I don't see it myself. I may have smelled curry, which smells interesting, but I don't think I'd ever eat it because, again, I don't really do heavily spicy food, and I don't really do rice. But to be fair, I really have no fucking idea what curry even is. And apparently there's so many ways to make curry that I can't even imagine what it would be, you know? I mean, it's... I don't even... It's kind of like... I guess it's kind of like pizza, where there's thousands of different ways to make it, even though in the case of pizza, you have a general idea of what it is. It's just what you put on top of it, but... I don't know. I don't know how curry works. It's never been a thing. I've never needed to know how curry works. It just works, I guess? Maybe? Anyway, the good news is, Cliff, whose birthday it is pretty easy to find most of the time. Also, I'm making some good money. Even just subsistence farming off my mayonnaise and whatnot is doing really good, because it's a good thing, because those red grass sure aren't making any dollar signs appear, you know what I'm saying? Okay, time to find out what I need to make curry with. Yeah, I'm still kind of exhausted from yesterday. Okay, so what does Kyrix need for curry? Question is, what doesn't Kyrix need for curry, apparently? Curry continued. Okay, curry powder, rice balls. Let's just hold it at that for now. Because for the time being, I just don't need them, you know? I don't need to obsess over making the best curry in the world, because it's just a present, you know? It's just something I'm going to give to Cliff. I'm not eating it, I'm not entering it into a contest, he's going to appreciate the fact that it's curry, period. You know? He doesn't care that I put extra special care into the curry, or that I made little kaiju out of rice for him to eat. I don't fucking know how curry works. But either way, you know what, just because I'm in one of those moods, I'm going to buy 2 of them, so I have one for me too. God, I wish you could just buy this stuff in bulk. Really, you need curry powder to make curry. I would never imagine such a thing. What sorcery is this? Yeah, I know I'm being a dick to Jeff. I'm sorry, Jeff. You're a nice guy. You didn't deserve that. I'm actually going to be back here to wrap his curry later. And why am I making 2 curry, one of which is what I'm going to eat? Well, it's quite simple. It's because I'm too lazy to go to the hot springs. And I need to recover my energy somehow. So yeah, I'm going to make the best curry I can make without extra stuff. Incidentally, I can put oil in curry, it just doesn't do anything if I do. So yeah, off to the curry mines. You mine curry, right? Okay, let's see. I need the pot. And a lot of seasonings, apparently. Also the kitchen knife. And I need sugar, salt, vinegar, and soy sauce. Basically the entire thing, minus the miso paste. And then curry powder and rice balls. And then we make them together, and we eat them. And hopefully they don't poison us. Because again, I don't understand how curry works. Wish I could say that looked appetizing, but to me it doesn't. It's just what looks like beef gravy on top of rice, which doesn't really work for me. But hey, different things, I guess. Ding. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yay thing. Of course, tomorrow we keep all of the stuff we harvest and just put it in the fridge because festival time, celebration. Just don't celebrate making money because you're not gonna. That's fine. It's actually highway robbery, but for the sake of argument, it's fine. Just to be a rebel, I'm gonna buy some fall grass. That's right, I'm buying grass out of season. Fortunately for me, as far as I know, there's only one kind of grass. Because otherwise that would get stupid fast. And we're gonna buy 18 bags of grass. Grass which I will plant. To grow in my field. But not in the back of the field. No, we're gonna plant this in the front. Because reasons, I guess. I wonder if I have to befriend Mary as well. I hope I don't. To get the gray event, I mean. I'm obviously going to befriend Mary, but I don't want to get too far. Oh, shit. Hi. Happy birthday, friend. I know it is. Enjoy your curry. Consider it lunch. Which, considering this is a game with lots of Japanese subtext, I just did a thing. I just delivered a box lunch to a boy. Yeah, in Japan, that's a kind of a thing. Of course, I say that like it wouldn't be weird in America, too. You know? Then again, I have made deliveries like that. Like, one of my friends was on house arrest, Reaper, actually. Who I forgot to put on the list, because I forgot he ever did anything online. I think he appeared in one of my Resident Evil videos or something. I don't know if he actually did. No, Skinner appeared in one of my videos too. I don't remember if Reaper was in anything or not. But he was on house arrest for reasons I'm not getting into. Nothing. Basically, he happened to be in a place due to Florida law. Him being in a place got him the same penalty as people who actually did something. I'm not going to get into specifics. That's his story to tell if he ever wants to. But basically, he got house arrest for something he should have gotten, like, probation for or something. And he was on house arrest on Thanksgiving, and he was living more or less across the street from me. I mean, it was a half an hour away, but not because he was a long ways away, but because I live in the back of the thing, and he was up the road from me. It was something I could walk in a half an hour or bike in 5 minutes. Though in this case, it took about 8 to 10 minutes to bike it, because I was being very careful. But his family went out for, well, not his family, he wasn't living with his family. He was living with an aunt who was working in a bingo hall, and basically lived in the back of it, and he was there as well. Not to say he lived in the freaking break room or something, no, they had a little mini apartment in the back of the bingo hall. And he was staying there. And everyone else had gone out to a big Thanksgiving thing, and he was stuck home alone. And I brought him just a fucking ton of Thanksgiving stuff. Like, basically a huge portion of everything we had. So he had mashed potatoes, he had gravy, he had corn, he had turkey, two different kinds of cheesecake, blueberry and cherry, that Mom had made, and just everything. Everything we had, he had. Because, damned if I'm gonna be up the road from my friend and not let him have a Thanksgiving when I'm having one, right? And he actually returned that favor. Last year, as of this, that would be 2014, my other niece and her girlfriend, who had vastly overstayed their welcome, we were in the process of getting them out of there, and they were pretty much trying their damnedest to stay to Thanksgiving, because I had this huge, like, 20-plus pound turkey, like 26-pound turkey or something, that I had gotten for Thanksgiving, because they had gone to the food bank and got like a little 7 or 8 pound mini turkey kind of thing. And good on the food bank for giving out something like that in November. I'm kind of hoping that when we go in November, it's going to be the same thing for us. But well, I'm guessing they did this because they saw my turkey. They basically ate theirs as a meal. And yeah, gave me some. And no, that in no way makes me feel bad for what I'm about to say. And the reason they did that, I'm still determined, is because they figure, oh, we're just going to graze off of his stuff. Because, yeah, a little 7-pound mini turkey is totally a fair trade for that monstrous bird that I had, you know? And they did all sorts of shit to wear out their welcome that I'm not even going to get into, because... But I basically decided that we were trying to forcibly toss them out, and they finally left, like, the day after Thanksgiving. And I told Mom and my niece, who's living with me now, the other girl's sister, that we weren't having our Thanksgiving until they were out. Because as I put it, we didn't exactly have as much to be thankful about with them still in the house. Jesus Christ, now there's... Okay, there we go. You. But say, now they're 3 thick in there. Well, around that same time, Reaper had invited me, hey, you want to come to my house for Thanksgiving dinner? And I did, but I also told him I kind of want to... I can only do it if I can bring something home for Mom, because it's kind of a dick move for me to say, oh, we're not having Thanksgiving dinner, and then go off to my friend for Thanksgiving dinner. That's kind of high on the dick move tier. It's like, well, yeah, sure, I'm not going to let Mom go without. And yes, he knows her well enough that he calls her Mom, you know. So I went up there, and we had huge... And I kept not going back for stuff. And they're like, no, get as much as you want. I'm like, you don't understand, I will eat everything. And they're like, no, go ahead and eat everything. So I must have eaten like 1/3 of their turkey and just so much of everything. But I told him, and he's like, no, go ahead, do what you gotta do. And on top of that, I got a bunch to take home to Mom, so... And there was actually enough left over that both my nieces and her girlfriend's brother, whom none of us really had a problem with, had some as well. The girlfriend herself was MIA and didn't come back until the day they left, thank God. Because honestly, if she hadn't been involved, the sister wouldn't have been kicked out. Almost certainly. Or at least she wouldn't have been kicked out the way she was. She would have had to go because she had a pit bull that the manager was up our ass about. Now he's like, we can't do pit bulls here, and we told him we've got her as a service animal. He's like, I don't care. She can't stay. And we're like, the law says otherwise. No, it fucking doesn't, you know. He was a complete scumbag. I really hope he's dead. I really fucking hope he had a heart attack and died. And I say that unabashedly. I sincerely hope that man is dead. But anyway, we're I don't want to say we're rid of him now, because if he is dead, that's going to sound really criminal. We're free of him now. We don't have to deal with his dumbass anymore. And he was an evil shit, too. He was fucking evil. Like, he would routinely trap the cats in the area. And when I say trap, he had those little freight boxes, you know, the wire cage boxes with the trap door to let him in but not let him out. And here's the thing, he didn't care if they were pets. He just fucking hauled them off. I mean, I can see if it's a problem or people are complaining about it, but no, he just fucking hated them. And we apparently had a neighbor for a while that would spring the cats from the traps. I did it once myself. And I say that with not an ounce of fucking shame. I'd do it again. The only reason I didn't do it again is I never saw the traps again with cats in there. But one day, me and Skinner were up by, well, where the air hose was. Basically the mechanic's kind of garage thing. And the garage was open, and inside was a cat that I knew. Not that that matters much, but I did know this cat. And he was in the trap. And he'd just been left there unattended in the garage, which is fucking bullshit. And this cat was obviously fed by someone, because he was in good shape. I mean, his fur wasn't exactly pristine, but he was a fucking indoor-outdoor kind of cat, you know? And the manager had just left him in there and was going to do God only knows what with him. And I went in there and fucking let him loose. And before you say, oh, Kyrix, he's probably going to release him or take him to the Humane Society where he'd get adopted out. No, he fucking turned him loose somewhere. And I know this because my neighbor had a semi-feral cat that she had effectively adopted, that she called Thomas. And he was a red tabby, and he was old. He had to be like 10 plus years old. Hell, he even looked old. And he was skittish, but he never hurt anybody, you know? Never growled, never bit anybody, didn't hiss at you, he just ran away when he saw you. And she put in a lot of work with him to get him to the point where she could be around him and all that. And the manager had trapped him and fucking turned his ass loose somewhere. And she came to me, or she didn't come to me, but she saw me out and talked to me like, oh, can you please let me know if you find him? I'm like, if I see him, I'll let you know. And I talked to her weeks later, and it's like, oh, I finally did find him. She'd found him dead on the side of the road. He'd apparently been trying to get back home and got hit by a car. Because that fucking asshole Cliff, who knew that was her pet, he fucking knew that was her pet because he'd seen the cat and talked to her about it before. Found the cat outside, found him in one of his traps, and rather than say, here's your cat, or move to a different part, or whatever, or fine her for the cat, or anything like that, or take it to the Humane Society to be humanely adopted out, or the SPCA, or whatever, He fucking found a neighborhood, turned his ass loose, and let him get hit by a car. I sincerely hope that man drops fucking dead. If it weren't illegal, I'd have killed that man myself years ago. I really would have. And yes, the fact that it's illegal is the only reason I haven't. But it's perfectly legal to hope the man is dead, so I'm going to continue to do that. Matter of fact, I'm not too fond of the people who abandoned the kitten that we have now. Apparently they moved out and just left her here. And she's 6 months old now, and they moved out at least 4 months ago. So she was a 2-month-old kitten at the most, probably, when they left her. Who the fuck abandons a kitten? I mean, they could have taken her to the SPCA, or the Humane Society, or anything, for free. All it would have taken was a little gas to get her there, you know? Could have just, or even just had someone like, hey, we're leaving, there's a kitten abandoned here, better come get her. No, they just fucking left her there, turned her loose. That cat would have been very bad off if some guy or girl, I never found out who, my niece would have, hadn't been leaving food for her outside in bags that she chewed open because that's what she had to do to get her food. I really hope those people fucking got hit by a car and died when they were moving out before they even got to their new place. Because, I'm sorry, if you abandon a kitten like that, you're a fucking monster and you don't deserve to be alive. And the same goes if you abandon a cat, or a dog, or any animal that depends on you, that trusts you to protect it. And it's one thing if it got loose, you know? Like, oh no, our beloved animal got loose while we were moving. That's different. This wasn't that. This was, we don't need it anymore. You know, this was literally a case of we don't care. And that's monstrous. And I don't care if you think I am overusing that word. That's the only word I can think that accurately describes what you would have to be to do something like that. You know, we're going to try a little experiment here. That experiment is seeing if you do indeed have to water grass seeds. Okay, that's most of this area. Now, I'm just going to leave those unwatered for a couple days. And if you have to water them, then I'll water them. And if you don't, then that's an awesome thing that I've discovered. I'm going to hit the hot springs, because I'm going to need energy to do my chores tomorrow. But yeah, anyway, not much else going on. I'm kind of excited about later today, because I don't talk about it much outside of This Week in Kyrix, because I haven't been recording much outside of that. But I play Star Trek Attack Wing, and it's stalled out for me a bit, what I'm about to say, the fact that I'm collecting the stuff. I also play. I don't like people who collect a thing but don't play it. It's different if you collect it and don't have anyone to play with, like, yeah, but if you collect and have no intention of ever playing, I don't like that, because it's one thing if you get something like, oh, look, I've bought the Bajoran Interceptor 5. That's cool. That's fine. That's just a mass market thing. You're not taking away. Now, if you're saying, oh, look, I've got Assimilation Target Prime, which is a grand prize from the collective set. No. Don't do that. Why? Because you're taking that away from a person who would actually use it. And that's wrong. It's wrong that you should do something like that. You should take it away from a person who would actually use it properly. That because you own that, there's a person out there who desperately wants that doesn't have it because you have it. You know? And I mean, I understand you really like that episode of Star Trek. There's easier ways to do that, like get a model of it, or make a model of it, or something. Oh good, they're not ready yet. Please, 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 don't be ready, don't be ready. Damn it. We never win. I really should have saved before this, but it's not important. Now, it's very important to remember this time. Not do anything with pineapples. Put them in your fridge. Because last time I did this, I fucking harvested them all. Also, is it me, or are they taking a week to grow back in? Because they were in on the swimming festival last time, weren't they? It doesn't matter. Either way, they're back, and that's important. Also, tomorrow, if I win today, tomorrow I stand to make a great deal of money as I sell every single one of those eggs, because I'm about to start stockpiling a new kind of egg, the golden egg, which only a winning chicken can lay. And that will become the new basis of all my stuff. So yeah, Thursday I'm gonna have just all of the money. Because I won't make any money today, unless I go mining, and I'm not gonna. And tomorrow I won't have the money in time to go shopping. But come Thursday, I will have all of my grass seeds, because I will find out how many I need. And I really need to work on befriending Gray some more, even more than I already have, because apparently I didn't befriend him enough, because he's not doing the thing. I want him to do the thing so I don't have to weed my garden. I love that I continue to call it a garden. It's a goddamn field. I make a fortune off this thing. A garden is a hobby. A field is a thing. I'm just fortunate this isn't Magical Melody where you can have multiple fields and multiple houses. Because I've done that. I've done that where I've had like 3 or 4 different houses and so much farmland. Like, I usually buy the fertile one that's far away from everything. Although later on you can actually get fertilizer. I forget how you do it. And then I would like get the beach, which has the largest land, and it's a good location. But all the land is just really bad because it's sandy. And then you just drop some fertilizer in it and make it as good as the good stuff. And I will see what kind of numbers this pulled to see whether I'll ever do a Let's Play of Magical Melody. Plus, I have to find all my GameCube hookups, because I still haven't really unpacked as much as I should have. I mean, I would love to do Magical Melody, but if this is only pulling 1 or 2 views, then it's not much point. I mean, I'm not going to have the audience for it, you know? I love that I've harvested this entire field. It's taken me an hour. And I call this a field. This is a garden. This is a garden. And this is a field. Get it right. You derp. Also, let's take some honey. Did I feed the fish yet? I did. Still not breeding much more, though. These things are going to make me so much money. Especially since my onions are probably coming up tomorrow, too. And then you have my eggs that I'm going to start tossing in. Because it'll be 9 days or so before I actually do the rest of the eggs. Because, I mean, I want to have at least 9 golden eggs put away. But all the normal eggs are just gonna go right into the bin tomorrow. Well, no, they're not going right into the bin. They're going right into the mayonnaise maker, and then they're going right into the bin. Reminds me, how much eggs and mayonnaise have I sold? Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of mayonnaise! I am Hellman's and Miracle Whip, all rolled into one. Fear me, for I am the king of the mayonnaise empire. Also, it's gonna suck finding Papuri among all these chickens. Gonna save those two for the return trip. Then we're gonna do the cows, because I don't hate myself enough yet. Oh god, I just realized how much it's gonna suck when the cows all start producing milk on festival days. That's eventually gonna be a thing, too. Wow, this is gonna be 4 trips just to the mayonnaise maker for this. And 1 trip back to the fridge with the golden egg. Of course, this also assumes that I have a good showing at the chicken festival, which, who knows? I have fucked up before. It's very easy to win with a top chicken, like all of mine, really. But it is entirely possible to also win by just being good. And it's also very possible to lose with a top chicken just by being an idiot. And we've proven I can do that, too. Yeah, he should be good, the horse. I have almost no worries about his abilities to perform at the horse race. I really should buy that bell soon. Okay, that should be Fee. Yup, there's Phoebe. Diabetes is there. I'm not gonna shear her, both because it wouldn't do any good today. Plus, I want to get her and Diabetes on the same schedule for being sheared. God, I hate this part. I really hate this part so much. I mean, I really have trouble describing how much I hate this part. Of course, next month, Star is going to be a prize-winning cow. Or no, this month Star is going to be a prize-winning cow. And next month, Fee is going to be a prize-winning sheep. And I am going to start putting away the money. Because these livestock of mine are going to make me independently wealthy. Again, as annoying as this is, it will pay off. You've seen me do the things that take all the work in the world. Oh no, you are not mixing with these cows. You are not mixing with my unbrushed cows. It really is worth all the headache that these cows are going to present me, and they will. They absolutely will. To be fair, I would have the same headache if they were all sheep. To save my sanity, I should have had 10 and 10 and not 2 and 18, but I'm maximizing my profits here. Yes, the cows are 2,000 more expensive than the sheep, and I could have saved myself a lot of money by just getting 8 less cows. Could have saved myself 16,000 actually. I could have bought 4 cows or 4 sheep just for the amount of money I would have saved by buying 8 less cows. That's some pretty powerful numbers right there, if you think about it. But again, the cows will make me more money more often than the sheep. The sheep are more valuable in the short term. In the sense of when I toss Fee's wool into the yarn maker and pull out a yarn ball and toss that in the bin, it's absolutely worth more than when I milk Star or Henri and toss their milk into the cheese maker and toss the cheese in the bin. Because it's just a better product. But Fee can only pull that off once a week, whereas Star, Henri, and the other freaking 16 cows I possess, because I hate myself, are gonna do that every single day. And the 2 milk I have now is not gonna be the only milk I have for very long. By the end of the month, I'm gonna be putting 18 cheese a day into that bin, and my profits are going to go to stupid levels. Which is exactly where I want them. Because hell, if you're going to 100% things, you may as well 100% them in a big way. Again, it is entirely possible to go through the entire game without ever owning any livestock. Advisable? No. Possible? Sure. You'll have a boring winter if you do, though. Well, more boring. Much faster, though. It's just, oh, toss the honey in the thing and go to bed. Toss the honey in the thing and go to bed. No. Hell, you can get through all of winter in less than an hour that way. Which is an appealing prospect. God, I'm going through feed. It's such a clip with all this livestock now. But it's okay, because I have it. I have it to spare. I have it to spare and then some. Again, I still don't see the point to the miracle potions that let you birth your own cows and sheep. Because the money you save by getting the potion instead of the cow or the sheep is lost by the complete loss of productivity from said cow or sheep. Now I mean, ooh, this... Okay, I'm about to say, do those seeds seriously die? I'm like, I thought I was joking when I said I bought fall grass seeds, but I realized I didn't make it over this far. Again, we're just going to leave those seeds right where they are for now, no water. See if they make it. Hopefully they do. If they don't, they don't. Simple as that. Did I water them? I'm pretty sure I did. Totally did. Gonna check again anyway, though. You know, I could have been really cruel and made a joke and just made Proton John the sheep just because, well, he only puts out wool every now and then. He kind of slips behind the others. Of course, to be fair, he has been getting better at his update schedule. And even though he doesn't update as much, he does stream constantly. I don't remember if my email put my Twitch reminders in the junk mail on its own, or if I sent them there just because they were cluttering my inbox. But generally, I don't receive direct emails, but oh, this person's streaming on Twitch anymore. I just kind of dig through my junk mail and find them. Or maybe it does it with certain people and not others. I'm about to strangle my friend for signing me up for a Facebook group. It's a Star Trek Online Facebook group, which he signed me up for, even though he knows full well, because I've told him recently, I can't even sign into it right now. I have not been able to play that game. It's not like, oh, I can't find the time. No, I physically can't play that game for like a month and a half now. And it's royally pissing me off, because I just spent a bunch of money on that. It's Karen. You, which chicken are you? Celia, you're on the wrong side of the hen house, girl. You should be over there with the rookie hens. But I have... Oh my fucking god, it's been spamming me like 30 times a day. Because I have a Hotmail account that's my real email, and I have a Gmail account that's this email. And usually the Gmail account updates itself like 5 or 6 times a day. And the Hotmail like twice a day. And now it's like the Hotmail does it every hour. And it's going even more than the fucking Gmail. And it's all this stuff like, oh, I made Admiral. That's nice. I didn't even agree to sign up to this group. I love the fact that you made Admiral. I don't know you, though. I don't know any of these people. No idea who the hell they are. I know him, but I haven't played with him in a while, and he doesn't talk to me otherwise. I tried to get him as one of my Let's Play co-stars, and he's such a fucking flake, he wouldn't do it. You know, I mean, if you don't want to do it, say you don't want to do it. Don't tell me you want to do it and then not show up. You know, it's that simple. Same thing that happened last year. But yeah, it's just... Again, talk to everybody. I am. By the way, I don't know why Lewis is here. It's cool that he's here. It shows that he does get out and come to festivals. But it's just weird because Lewis doesn't go anywhere. So to see him at this festival is weird. Yes, it is a tournament. I do know that. Hey, Greg. Yes, I borrow. Again, I think if you win this, your reputation with the town goes up. Yes, I'm gonna enter Popuri. There, I did it again! Popuri is my entrant. Wow, I'm not even doing it on purpose, I swear. Because when I do it on purpose, I own up to it. I really do, but I'm not. Popuri versus Big Ape. Mad Dog versus Tank. Wow, that could have been one of my chickens. The Hen versus Sweetie, which could have been another one of my chickens. Sachiko versus Conan. Now, here's the thing. I think the more hearts your chicken has, the more likely it is to be facing the other chicken. I did get all that. And yes, I have wrung out my own chicken before. Good girl, Popuri. Oh, that animation. That cheering animation is so cute. Oh, I get to fight Tank. Aw, Sweetie lost. Ooh, that's a pretty color. I do not. I won. So that one didn't go as well. Again, I didn't really explain this as well as I could. Oh, I get to fight Sachiko. But when you urge your chicken on, it goes forward, so you can urge it right out. Rick already described it, but you might not have been paying attention. Okay, I didn't even have to do it the second time, but yeah. This one's actually really easy, and it is very possible to win it. I've won it with like a 2 and 4 star chicken, or 2 and 4 heart chicken before, but 10, if you have a 10 heart chicken, you pretty much got it locked, unless you do something really stupid. And this was the hen your sister gave me. Well, the egg. The hen that hatched from the egg your sister gave me. Yep, she's an ass kicker, alright. Shit. I'm so glad she didn't get lost, because that would have been really stupid. I am. She's a good hen. Nope, gotta enter another chicken. Never enter your same prize winner twice in a row. Because they can only benefit from once. See the crown there? That means she now lays golden eggs. Yeah, she's gonna lay awesome eggs pretty soon, though. Given who his wife and daughter are, I can completely see why he'd hold that opinion. Wow. You know, this really makes all their comments dirty now. She's a tiger behind that cute face. You first. And now you, because we're kind of friends now, I guess? They will peck the shit out of you. That was one of the things I was worried about back when I had to harvest chicken eggs. Is, will they peck me? Only if you let them. Trick is, don't take the eggs while they're right there. I don't remember if I ever got pecked, though. I don't think I did. Who knows, though. Chickens are feisty creatures. You are now queen of the roost. Because chicken. I think it would have been awesome if I could have let little chick Potpourri enter last year. Especially if she'd won, that would have been great. She lays golden eggs before she can lay eggs at all. Woohoo! Go chicken! Oh, now I'm hungry. Maybe I'll swipe some eggs. Tomorrow Mom's stamps come in so we can get more eggs, so I might get a dozen and scramble them up. Oh, tomorrow's gonna be awesome! Let's say, did he get stuck on the chair? Also, that vase there, that little blue vase next to the room, is the one that Juan sold me for the thing. Alright, time to make some money. Oh, those are my pineapples coming in. Woohoo! Onions! Because onions. Kinda wish I hadn't done that. Do, onion for the fridge. Yep, gonna need this to be a thing. And by this, I mean the onion seeds, because... not quite that, but definitely this. Anyway, Potpourri now lays golden eggs, as I said, and that's gonna matter soon. See, this is already causing problems. You know what? I'm gonna throw one of these in each thing in. So when I do this, I can just do this. Oh, this is gonna be so bad. But the onions are gonna bring in money, the eggs are gonna bring in money, pineapples are certainly gonna bring in money. Any more fish? Fortunately, it wouldn't let me toss the fish food in the basket because it tried to. Will let me toss this in the basket, though. Oh dear, no, 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 no. You get back in the pond. You are too valuable right now, just being in there. As you can see, there's a bright golden egg there, courtesy of Popuri the chicken. Popuri the Wonder Hen. Yeah. I don't really even know if the golden eggs have a particular quality boost to them. Food-wise, anyway. I know they do money-wise. I think the golden eggs are actually worth 100. But, I don't know if they do anything to food. I just like the idea that I could be so decadent as to eat only golden eggs. And I'm making so much money now that I can actually afford to let that be a thing where I just put them in the fridge for a couple days. If I had done this in the first year, for example, no, you bet every single one of those would get tossed in here. But I look at this as kind of something similar to how, for a while, I was tossing all of my truffles into the fridge for Karen. I think it's actually similar in another way. I think those are actually worth 500 by themselves. Well, let's get the pineapples now. And this will fund all of my grass growing endeavors. I hate being this hungry. So many fucking pineapples. Oh my god. So many pineapples, so many onions, so many eggs, so much mayonnaise. So much everything, really. Oh my god, just yowzas. One, two, three, full basket. Time to take a bunch of eggs and put them in there now. Oh my god, so much money. I am the economy at this point. I really am. The sad thing is, after this year, that economy is going to completely dry up, because I'm not going to need to spend money on anything. Ever. Because I can buy me enough seeds to get through all of the next year. All at once, too. I can get... Well, I'll still be buying gift wraps, but... I can get things like, oh, here's all the presents I'm gonna need. I'm gonna have all the grass seeds that I need. I mean, there's gonna be nothing spent. I'm gonna have a limitless supply of money that I'm not gonna do anything with. To the point where I could sincerely just shut down the farm entirely in the third year. I'm not gonna, but I could. I mean, I could even take it one step further and go to the third year, or after the third year, if I were to play into the fourth year, I could sell every single animal and never put another thing in my fields again and just coast off the money I have. I'm not sure why I would do that. It would entirely defeat the point of the game, but I could absolutely do that. Because, again, there's... I mean, I'm not even halfway through the game yet, because I still have to finish summer to get to that point. At the end of summer, I'll have hit the halfway point of the main story, and I've already peaked, for lack of a better word. It's really the only way to describe it, is I fucking peaked. I mean, what's left? Look at me, seriously, tell me what's left. There isn't a lot. Where do I go from here? I mean, obviously I go forward, but beyond that, where do I fucking go from here? I mean, I have every building. I have the maximum amount of animals. My tools, even the ones that don't need it, are as powerful as they can physically be. I bought all 3 makers. I have all but 2 power berries. I have the mystic berry. My horse and my dog are max happiness and are rapidly gaining maximum in their hidden stats of intelligence and stamina. So... God, this part sucks. There we go. That's a thing you can do. You can hold on to it so long that he'll let go, and no stamina will be lost. Should not... I should have waited until the onions came up to do that. I really should have. The good news is tomorrow there will be no watering at all. And I know I fed the fish, but I'm paranoid that I didn't feed the fish, so I'm going to check and confirm that yes, I fed the fish. Oh my god, just the wealth this single field represents is mind-boggling. It really, truly is. Best part is, even after all this, I still haven't even done the cheese yet. And I still have time to do it. I still have plenty of time to do it. Haven't done the yarn yet either, now that I think about it. Hopefully Beatus's wool is grown in. Because that'd be a cool thing if his wool grew in already. No, what would be a real cool thing is if my cows all grew up today. I mean, it would extend this video even more than it already is. But yay, I guess? Okay, there's that. Horse first, even though he doesn't harvest. So yeah, I mean, I've got almost nowhere to go from here. The only things really left are to get married, which I could do now. I have reasons for not doing them, and I've explained them, and it involves the winter Thanksgiving, so that I can get the chocolate I need for a recipe. I'm doing a thing that I probably shouldn't, which is shoving the brushed cows outside. I think they'll just wait by the door for me, but nonetheless, it's a thing I normally would never do. Because it's too easy to fuck it up. Shit, really? Go back in, go back in, go back in. I need the cheese, go back in. Okay, if this is diabetes, it is cool. I'm gonna get your wool. Let's swipe your wool, boy. Swipe it. Shear it right off your body. And you're gonna be bald in front of all your friends. You're gonna be bald and naked. And you will feel the shame of a bald and naked sheep. Which is an impressive amount of shame, by the way. I gotta wonder how woolly a natural sheep is. And by natural, I mean one that's never had contact with humans. Nowhere in its bloodline has it ever been selectively bred to be woolly. It always amuses me that people who are against genetic engineering and playing God don't have any problems whatsoever with agriculture or domesticated farming, which is actually genetic engineering on a slow scale. It's, let's call it passive genetics. Because the ones that become, oh, this is a meat pig. Yeah, that meat pig was bred to be fat, and then raised to be fat, or at least big and muscly, or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure muscle makes for good eating meat, but I don't know. But it was both bred and raised that way, because genetics is part of it, and environment's the rest, you know? I still think that the big headache over, oh, genetically engineered food, has to do with the fact that people don't realize that all food is genetically engineered. Unless you stumble out into the Amazon rainforest, or some other uncharted area that man has never been to, and pull the damn thing off a tree yourself, it's genetically engineered by humans, to be eaten by humans. Because that's what we do. It's not enough that we find corn and think, oh, this would be good for eating. No, we gotta make the corn as good as possible for eating. You know? That corn has to be just the best corn ever in the entire world. Or else we're not gonna touch it. It's not getting our money's worth off of that corn, no. Not even sure why I'm bothered trying to get their affections up. I mean, they're already maxed and delivering the good milk and everything. Alright, where's my sheep? Beep beep, gotta find the sheep. There we go. There's one of them. That's diabetes. Where's Phoebe? Phoebe. Little brat wandered outside, didn't she? Totally did. Get back in there, you sheep. See, that's the problem with this thing. With chickens, chickens can only get out if you let them out. Cows, sheep, and the horse can wander out whenever the mood strikes them. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I'm gonna beat some cow ass. Well, fortunately, I had a good enough harvest today that that's not gonna hurt me very much. But still, that hurt a lot. Yeah, tomorrow need to get a bell. Really need to get that bell. So I can at least call all the animals away from things. Not that cows and sheep are particularly responsive to the bell, at least not in my experience. It's kind of like how sometimes the dog will ignore a whistle. Move! God, the livestock, they drive me crazy. For the record, I can absolutely understand why some people would rather just put their livestock out in the field and let them be. I just am not one of them because there's bringing them back in on rainy and hurricane-y days, you know? It's just too much hassle. But I have done it before. I really have. I have set up things where just this entire backfield was completely made of grass and all sorts of cool stuff, you know? And I let all the cows and sheep out here to graze, and they fed themselves every day, and I would brush them and do all that. It worked out pretty good, but whenever the weather turned foul, I had to bring them back in. And yeah, that's because I'm a badass, Zach. Where have you been? But, same thing with the chickens. The problem is, you have to build your fencing for them very specifically, or stray dogs will come in and scare the shit out of them. Which causes them to stop producing whatever it is that particular animal produces. It also lowers their hearts, and can make them sick, I think. Not so sure about the sick part, but the rest of it, yeah. Also, until further notice, the fishing rod is going away. Because I'm pretty sure you can't have, you have to have a spot open for it in your inventory when you get the fishing pole. Haven't been using this, so this can go away as well. Now, one of two things will happen today. Either I'll find out that grass doesn't need watering, in which case it'll probably be in today, or grass will need watering, but the seeds that are getting water for the first time today will also... They won't outstrip the ones that are going to be planted today, you know? I tense up every single time I see the weather reports in this game. Because you never know what's going to be the one. Yep, grass does not need watered at all. Good to know. Also, grass that's laid in strips like that does look kind of tacky. But hey, it's better than weeds. Tomatoes. Fresh for the fridge. Yet another of my many, many ingredients destined for the fridge. Now on that note, time to deliver these to the chicken coop to be made into mayonnaise. So yeah, grass needs no attention whatsoever. Just plant it and leave it alone. It will grow, period. It will grow. And that's a good thing, because that means that's less watering I'm going to have to do. I think I've always watered it just to be safe, but it's nice to know that that doesn't need to be a thing anymore. I can just plant it and forget it. But yeah, grass only behaves in a grass-like manner as far as appearance if it touches other grass horizontally. Apparently vertical grass isn't enough. So parts of my lawn are going to look a little weird, but who cares? It all works. Sammy is not a happy cow. I must be missing her most of the time. I wonder if getting an animal to 10 hearts counts as part of the 100% or not. Well, I guess we'll find out when I get my next animals up there. Again, all this talk about eggs has me so hungry. Not hard to make me hungry, though. I usually am, especially during recordings. My friend, the HeroClix judge, who's also a nurse, is of the mind that I'm, or as he put it, I'm starving to death. No. He thinks I'm starving because I'm not eating the foods that he thinks I should eat. I'm starving because I don't freaking feed myself. Because I get so caught up into whatever it is I'm doing that I don't go out and actually cook or do whatever I have to do, and I get hungry as shit because of that. Although now that I mention it, I do have some barbecue Fritos and a bunch of Oreos in here. And I've got Pop-Tarts out there, so it's not like I don't have options for food. For some reason, that golden egg to me always looks like it has wings. Like it drank itself a Red Bull or something. Okay, caught up on the fish. Some honey for the jar. Water the, what's-its? The pineapples? I cannot believe how much fucking money I have now. Oops. After just one day's worth of miscellaneous antics. Yeah, that one got an extra dose, so be it. I would absolutely kill for some kind of wireless capture card from PlayStation 3. It would make everything that I do so much easier. You don't even know how much easier it would make things on me. Hell, I can only imagine how much easier it would make things. Of course, what would make things even easier than that is if I had some kind of, you know, stable recording setup. Where I could sit comfortably, not hurt my back, and be plugged in. Which I may have stumbled on a way to do that today while I was doing Jurassic World with my roommate. I pulled a chair up, because I have a chair in my room now. I just pulled the chair up and sat down, and I actually managed to stay comfy the entire time. I forgot the other tomatoes. I've been so busy with all these damn eggs that I forgot I had tomatoes up. Corn should be up soon, too. Oh, there were 7 in there? Right, there were. I was thinking there was 5. Then I saw the 6th one, and I'm like, oh, that's right, there was 7. Unfortunately for me, LEGO Jurassic World is suffering from Harvest Moon syndrome, where I desperately want to play it solo now, but I don't because I know I'll jump ahead of shit that I'm not supposed to be at yet. I mean, I agreed to play it with John, so I'm going to wait for John. Now that he's basically said he's using his name in my recordings, I'm free to say my roommate's name is John. So when you hear me say my roommate, I'm referring to John. And he actually expressed an interest in doing Tales of Symphonia. Not as a recording, but just as a plaything. Which I'm kind of torn about. I kind of want him and my niece to do Symphonia with me on the recording. But on the other hand, if he plays it just to play it, that means that I get to get 2 blind groups. And only one of them is going to be on tape, but that means I get to see someone's blind reaction to this game again. And that's really what makes Symphonia for me. Is being able to see someone react to the game for the very first time. But the downside also is that then we're going to want to jump into the second game, and I can't jump into the second game until I blind run it, so yeah. Things. Okay, first off, all the animals get away from the door. Move away from the door like good little Let's Players. Like all nerds, you should know nothing good ever comes from going outside. Just because... No, I was going to say just because I'm just going to do the milk and leave, but no, I really do have to work up their affections or else the milk's never going to improve, and that's just going to suck. You know? Again, ideally the optimal mix is 5 and 5, so that you can keep track of, oh, I've done these cows and I've done these sheep. I mean, you can even make the sheep work for you if you have 7 of them. I'm sorry, I said 5 and 5, I meant 10 and 10. But if you have 7 sheep, you can even make that work for you, because you can do 1 a day. And then every day you have fresh wool / yarn for the bin. But I still say that those sheep would be better served by being cows, so that when they grow up, you have milk. I mean, I'm going to have 3 or 4 wool harvests before these cows grow up, but they're going to come back in a big way. It's going to be downright silly. God, they're trapping me. How much you will make off of them. That's cute, they're racing. And someone just lost. Okay, let's get this shit started, I guess. First you. Hi, Phoebe. Now we're going to push you off into this corner. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go get the bell. Because that'll make this infinitely easier. But yeah, like I said, if I can talk John and my niece into doing the Symphonia game, then all I gotta do is get Anubis up here, and we got ourselves 4 people. And 4 people is all you need to run Symphonia. Heck, I could do it solo. I could do it just me and John. I just don't want to. Because what's the point in that, you know? If you're gonna run this game, run the crap out of it. Run everybody in this game. Oh, the rain's making me have to pee. For a minute there, I actually stopped to think, wait a second, I thought I gave Stu the puppy. And then I remembered, oh yeah, they kept a puppy. Wonder what his name is. No, I don't want to talk to you. I want to find out what the puppy's name is. Go away, Barley. Talking to this little guy. Yon, that's right. Or Yone? Yoni? I'm kind of wondering which is going to be the last power berry I get. Is it going to be the ocean? Or is it going to be the horse race? I'm thinking it's going to be the horse race, because that's going to be the hardest one to get. I might not even be able to get it this year. Alright, let's buy the maximum possible grass seeds. Okay, the maximum possible within my budget. How about that? That's probably going to be way too many. But at least I have them now. And enough money for, like, a potato seed or something. If I were so inclined, which would be stupid because spring seeds and all that. It occurs to me you could grow grass in the hothouse, but it would be kind of pointless unless you have so little livestock. Because the grass that's in there now would not sustain them at all. It just wouldn't. Now let's try and show you how the bell works. See, look, they're not paying this any mind. Well, a couple of them are. See, and you wonder why I didn't have the bell until now. Because it's really kind of a stupid tool to own. Cows and sheep aren't paying this any mind. It finally got them all rowdy, but that's not doing me any good. Because they're not... Now they're just all up and mooing around. See, here's the shitty part. I was keeping count until about 3 seconds ago. Then I think I counted one of them twice. You know what? Fuck it. They're happy enough. I'm such a good farmer. And them cows are happy enough. Happy cows curdle the milk. You want only the saddest cows money can buy, so you can get that quality milk. The green stuff. Incidentally, I think that grass is actually ready to come up. Remember what I said about maybe having too much grass? Yeah, retract that. I'll be lucky if I have enough. Yeah, this is the part where the grass growing starts to get kind of stupid. There's 2 spots I missed. Good to know. Sure. 180, and that becomes... Sheesh. That becomes a fucking lot is what it becomes. All but those last two. While we're on the subject, I was about to say, I think I put them away, but I didn't. Nope. Might put an update. You see, these that have some horizontal bits to them are good, which is... All the animals are fed. And I think I forgot the grass again. Oh well, it happens. It's not like the grass is particularly important or anything. It's so easy to forget because it's so freaking worthless. Okay, show me something good for tomorrow. Rain is always good. Especially for a farmer. Yeah, the slight problem is you gotta get through it to get inside. I don't even remember that episode, and I can tell you that's what the problem is. Problem is, first we gotta get in there before we can get in there. Fancy that. Good dog. Look, the little pineapplets are coming up. Alright, the good news is the important bit, the farmland, is actually done. Only thing that could potentially screw this up is if a hurricane pops up before the grass sprouts. Because then it'll rip up the seeds, and we'll have to do it all over again. Other than that, we're golden. Please some of the onions are up. I don't want to deal with that. I really don't want to deal with that. Onions are totally not up. Fortunately, the graph by them is. So... well, the graph that I'm using is, anyway. lawn is gonna look so good. And it's gonna keep my yard working great. Tomorrow's gonna be good because I don't have to water anything. Not true. I will have to water inside the hothouse. But other than that, I won't have to water anything. Alright, now we take care of the chickens. Then we do the infinite livestock frickin' care. That's the only way to describe it. Oh, not gonna get money for that one today. Anyway, once all the animal care is done, I actually have an errand to run, because the store closes on, no, the store closes on Sundays, doesn't it? Never mind. I was thinking the store closes on Sundays. Well, hell, even if it does, I don't think he'll care if it's wrapped or not. He's gonna say, well, I've got a little mini errand to run, but I really don't. What is he pawing at? Kisa? If you're trying to bury something other than your litter box... What were you just pawing at? Okay, I'm sorry about that. The cat may have been being very bad. But if he was, I haven't caught him in anything. So, yay, I guess? I would turn him loose out of the room, but he's... The kitten has been acting really weird lately, and I still don't trust her around him without someone supervised. At this point, I'm not even certain he would attack her. I'm certain that she might try something and force him to defend himself. At which point he would royally mess her up. Because again, it cannot be stressed enough how much bigger and stronger he is than she is. I mean, he will be 9 years old this year. So he's been around. Hi, Kisa. Good boy. Hey, baby. I mean, it's not like he's a grizzled old veteran of dozens of cat fights, but I guarantee you she isn't either. And he, while he hasn't fought a lot of cats, he has fought a lot of dogs, and he has won most of them. Although, admittedly, those were play fights, it's still... there's still a big difference between fighting Jack Russell Terriers and Boston Terriers that are a match for him in size, speed, and strength, and fighting a little red tabby kitten that he outweighs by a factor of 5, and outsizes by a factor of 2 or 3. I mean, it's just... there's no version of that ends well for her if she gets into that fight. There's a couple versions that don't end well for him, but none of them end in her having anything resembling a win. You know? The most she's gonna do is hurt him a little bit. And the most... Really, Kisa? Honestly, I'm surprised that hasn't happened sooner. He tried to jump over my cord and disconnected it completely. But yeah, a fight between him and Kisa would at best end with her not scratched up too badly, or at all if he decides he doesn't want to swing on her because she's not worth the time or whatever. And at worst, with her very, very dead. Though admittedly the last one's a little far-fetched, I really don't think he would kill her. And he has shown himself very gentle with human babies. I can't imagine it'd be that different with... well, no, because he gets awfully rough with puppies. Because he's seen a lot of puppies, and he's roughed them up a bit. Matter of fact, my cousin's puppy is actually very mean to her cats because of how mean Kisa was to him when he was a baby. So he's not the biggest fan in the world of cats. God, fucking bovine clusterfuck over here. Move. Good cow. Okay, that's an actual cow. And this one needs to be a little cow. Hello, little cow. I really hate my cows. I really do. I mean, I love the milk and financial security they provide me, but... oh god, they are so labor-intensive, and I'm getting nothing out of most of them right now. Star and Henri continue to be awesome by virtue of the fact that I've maxed them out. And it's not even the maxing them out thing that's bothering me, it's the fact that they're not old enough to be milked or anything. I mean, at least if they were milked, I'd be able to add that extra step, you know? Oh, God, I think I'm almost done. Right, you're a new cow. You are not. That milk. Awesome. I think I've done them all. Fortunately for me, my sheep are now both on the same schedule. So go team. God damn it, move! See, the beautiful thing is if they had a nice high affection for me, then I could just summon them with the bell. The ironic thing is if they had a nice high affection, I wouldn't be bothering with them. I would just be milking them every day, and that alone would probably maintain their affection levels. So, things will pick up once they start getting milkable. To the point where I may just put the brush away entirely. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure why I'm even brushing the horse anymore. I mean, he's as much affection as he's gonna get. He physically can't like me any more than he already does. That's why I stopped picking the dog up, because that's just one more thing dragging out the length of my videos. Not by much, mind you, but by a little bit. And these are already 2+ hour videos, so... Let's just hit the sack. No, it's not hit the sack yet. First, check the honey. Got it already, yep. Then, get the grass. Because I haven't been getting it lately. And I need to. I think this may honestly be one of the longest videos I've ever had. We're already approaching 700 megabytes. That's a fucking movie. That's the size of an old school CD. If I were to burn this episode, if I were to burn my Let's Plays to a CD, this one episode would take up a CD all by itself. Just so you know. That's kind of bad, considering that some of my other Let's Plays will fit on a CD in their entirety, like Crusader Ascenti and whatnot. Yay, sleep. Okay, so it's raining. That's one less step that I have to deal with. Ooh. Oh, good. Next week begins sunny. That's good news. Maybe I have corn today? Probably not, but maybe I do. No more extra fish. If I have corn today, then I can have pumpkins by the end of the week. Well, by the end of next week, rather. Because I'll just chuck 10 of them into the thing, 9 of them into the fridge, and the rest into the windmill. Well, watermill, rather. Nope, no corn yet, but it's getting close. Also, that is harvestable grass, and I might grab the grass today. Now I know these aren't ready today because I already harvested them this week. And I get about 1 harvest a week. I suppose if they are on a 5-day cycle, there is going to be that 1 week where I get 2 harvests, but I don't think that's going to be this week. Anyway, I almost said September 11th. Summer 11th is Basil's birthday. Wait a second. Mary's dad. Let's just call him Mary's dad. For he is otherwise entirely forgettable. It's also just about sunrise here. You know, like usual. Are my cows happy yet? That's good. Unfortunately, they're not adults yet. However, for one glorious week, I will be able to tell who 5 of my cows are, because they will all be tiny while the rest are adults. So I got that going for me, at least. Go team. Now, when the corn comes in, it will help me sustain my hens because 1 ear of corn equals 1 entire chicken coop fed. So each piece of corn I huck in there is an entire day of these girls getting fed. I do love the fact that all of the livestock in this game are girls. And yet, only like 3 of mine have girl names. Or 4. Let's see, we got Star, we got Sammy, we got Phoebe, and we got Lucagen. And those are the only girls, besides the chickens, who are all girls. Meanwhile, I don't think it ever says what the horse is, and it's specifically stated that the dog is a man. I don't think I've ever won the horse race on my horse, you know? And I'm pretty sure I've never won the dog race either, because my dog's always too damn stupid. Of course, to be fair, I didn't understand the mechanics of it either, so I just kept... for one day, I would just throw the ball for like 20 minutes. And think, well, that made him smarter. No, that didn't make him smarter, because only one of those counted. Now I know better. Did I? Yeah, I did the pineapple already. The whole spiel I went on of like, well, they're not going to be in today. But maybe in a week or so, they'll be up twice. You know? Not going to brush the horse because I don't need to anymore. Normally, I don't ever stop brushing the horse, etc. It's just that with this being a video length, and the video length being what it is, which is insane, I don't want to have to just drag this out any longer than I physically have to. And right now, that's basically what I'm looking at. Oh shit. No, no. Bad Beatus. So yeah, right now my cow's affections are all over the place. This is kind of what happens when you get to the levels, the quantities of livestock that I currently have. It's really not something I would recommend. I mean, if you're going to do it, then do it for money, etc., like I'm doing, but oh my god, it'll drive you up the wall. To be fair, it's probably much easier to do if you have them all outside like you're supposed to. And like, I never do. But when you have indoor livestock like I do, there just isn't enough room for them all. Again, like I said, you should be maxed at 10 cows and sheep total and 20 hens. That's what it should be. That's manageable. Because you don't have to pick up all the chickens, or brush the chickens, or talk to the fucking chickens. You just put food in their bin and they love you for it. It's that simple. Whereas the cows and chickens, you need to have a personal relationship with every single one, and you need to go up and milk and shear every single one, and you miss some. You just do. Unless you are super diligent or do what I was trying to do and shove them out the door when you're done with them, you're going to miss some. Now again, it's entirely possible that you can get away with just feeding. And for the sake of the Let's Play, I'm going to look that up, and if it turns out you can get away with just feeding them, then as cruel as it is, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, their affection's going to go up a lot freaking slower, but at this point, I just can't be bothered to care. Because there are so many of them. And unlike an actual playthrough, I'm kind of on a time crunch here. I only have so much time per video before you people stop, like, oh god, it's a 2.5-hour video, I'm not watching that. I mean, this is already far from riveting television. I mean, I could probably seriously get away with just saying the most offensive things at the tail end of, or rather at the 3/4 mark of every single one of these videos. And I'd probably get away with it because no one's going to watch that far. You might skip to the end, you might watch the beginning, but who the hell's going to watch 3/4 through? At that point, I would have one fan who was really, really offended. And everyone else like, what's he talking about? You know? Like, oh, you gotta watch the whole video. Well, fuck that. There's that. I almost went straight to bed. I'm like, no, I got shit to do today. Such as this. Not that I need this fodder right now, but nonetheless. There's 27 more. That's almost 3 whole days of feeding me. No, that's... see, that's 36. 2. Or no, 45. Yeah, that's 2 whole days of barn feed right there. Kind of puts it into perspective just how much these animals eat now. Not lightweights, that's for damn sure. The sad thing is, I'm not even close to done with all of the planting I gotta do. Pretty soon there's gonna come a day when Gray is gonna be like, well, I'm gonna weed your garden for you. And on that day, I'm gonna plant the shit out of some grass seeds. Maybe. I might just say fuck it and do the whole field anyway. I could have sworn there was a power berry in the field somewhere. Maybe I'm thinking of Friends of Mineral Town. I mean, keep in mind, the 2 games are virtually identical, again, because Friends of Mineral Town was based off of this game, you know? So it makes so much sense that I would get the 2 confused all the time, because they're the same fucking game. with minor tweaks here and there. And it's not all just improvements. They get rid of a lot of things, too. Like, there aren't quite as many festivals in the Game Boy Advance version. Although, to be fair, I think there are a couple entirely new ones. And certain characters are different. I think they might have even added a character or took one away or something. But, yeah. Why did I turn? I happen to nudge the controller in the wrong direction. Don't know why I keep thinking this closes on Saturdays, but it clearly does on Sundays. Hello, Karen. Yeah, with the money I've got, that's totally okay. He gets 2 presents because, well, I've got 2 of these. I think it's funny that the wrapping paper costs as much as the damn present does, because I think the grass is also worth 100. Which means this grass is pretty worthless when you think about it. Turnips even more so. Where's your husband? Is he in the library? I need to find out where the hell he went. It's his birthday and I have gifts for him. I don't think he's in here. I don't think he ever comes in here. That face! Yeah, she wrote a book about you. That's very cute. And I'll talk to you too. No, he has no idea. Ah, that's right. I knew there was a connection from their house to the library, but I was thinking it was downstairs. No, it's upstairs. Again, when you get on good enough terms with Mary, you can actually go in that room, but really, it doesn't do it for me. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Probably. Does anyone in this town own a frickin' umbrella? They're out and about. He's probably at the inn. He goes to the inn, right? Well, I'm gonna track him down and give him these presents whether he wants them or not. And he does want them because they're grass. They're plants, and he's fucking fascinated by them. That explains why they're not home. Anyway, maybe he's at the clinic dropping off herbs? I don't know. I don't know the man's schedule. Speaking of schedules, Just chatting with you. Swing by his house again. Be home eventually. Has to. His wife would fucking kill him. She's got access to the herbs that'll do it, too. Honey, have you seen my nightshade? No, dear. Have you checked your tea? Wow. I'm a horrible person. But it amuses me to be, so let's run with that. This close to fucking camping out of his house. Screw it, I'm camping his house. He'll come home eventually, and then I'll have him. Either that or he'll come downstairs. Come on, damn it, this town isn't that big. How much of a social life can the man have? There he is. Happy birthday. Prima did, actually. Their strategy guide works wonders for this kind of thing. There you go, big guy. Happy birthday. I'm going to bed. I'm soggy and sleepy. How much fodder do I have? That is a very good amount, actually. Do not think I'll make it in time. I'm gonna try anyway. Get to the store before they close. I think if you get there at 5, you can still shop. Let's find out. It's 5. Can I shop, sir? Thank you. Wow, that's a lot of fish food. Don't need quite that many, actually. I don't like my fish that much. You know what? I never talked to you. How are you doing, Jeff? That's good. That's awesome, too. I'm gonna go see your wife and daughter. Because I don't talk to them enough either. Hello, Sasha. Yeah, I don't know. It could be a pressure thing. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that cat's name. Then again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they close at 6. Pretty sure they close at 5. But I do remember... Yep, they close at 5. I'm like, because I sometimes remember going to the store or something. You'd think they'd close at 6, because that gives me just enough time to get money. Well, no, because we've established that... Yeah, we've established that you can still get your money, but I mean, if I'm there, I can get paid and dash to the store in like a half an hour or 40 minutes and get everything. You know? Get some stuff from the store. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll have it in the morning, and that's what matters. It's been a hell of a week. So let's cap it off. Oh my god, that video. Oh, Jesus. 800 megabytes? Oh, I'm sorry, people. Sometimes the videos get stupid. Anyway, I'm Kyrix, and this has been Let's Play Harvest Moon Back to Nature. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.